What's up, guys? Back at it again with another video. We're gonna be reacting to YouTube videos. Hold on, let me get this full screened. Alright, perfect. So we're gonna react to reaction videos. I'm gonna put my own quotations on it. Let's get it. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, ads.
Alright, people, what is one of the most defining characteristics of the Robert IDK channel? What do we
Animals.
do all the time that other reaction channels just don't seem to do? Well, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of the time, when I am filming a video, one way or another, we will encounter a photo or a video of an animal that just gets my goat, people. Is that the right? Never mind, it doesn't make me angry. It just makes me smile. And then I just wind up having to go on a little tangent where I look at videos of that creature, and I just love it, and it makes me happy. And I do this so much that I get a shocking number of comments saying,
"Why don't you just do a whole video on cute animals, Robert? Why don't you just do a whole video?"
Well, I will. And today, your prayers are being answered. We are looking at 28 million members here. There's 28
Wow.
million people who have signed up to look at these cute animals. And we are going to look at the top posts of all time at this place. Also, I'm trying not to be super
Okay.
because in cute, cuddly animal fashion, I have my voice here. For the first time, I never bring them in the room when I film because I scream all the time and I don't want to hurt their little ears. It's daytime, so they're sleeping. Some pets right now. We will get them out. We will get them out. Cute and cuddly, boys. Cute and cuddly. Wow, the cutest post of all time.
All time. Alright.
A tiny little frog.
Oh my,
He's going for a
that
little
is
swim.
so cute.
Heat index was 110 degrees, so we offered him a cold drink. He went for a full body soak instead. How cute is that? It's a little froggy swimming pool.
Wow.
Listen, these boys live a life of luxury. They deserve to be used for content every now and then. They're probably wondering why I'm talking to nobody, though. Usually, if they hear me talking, I'm talking to a person or them. They're probably like, why is Robert lecturing us right now? Oh my gosh!
Oh my.
Okay, I didn't think any human post would work on me, but check this out. Ever since my niece saw Toy Story, she shouts, "I'm leaving!" and then peeks at her room like this. Oh, look at that! That's so sweet!
Oh my God. Oh, they woke up.
I got him. There's Nobu. You guys usually just see Rocco, but this time it's Nobu. People have never seen you, bro. You want to go on the desk, brother? No? No? Okay.
He doesn't want to go on the desk.
So you guys can see him better, you know? I want the people to be able to see you. You keep turning away from the people. There you go. Yeah, I think everyone's had this experience. When they first watch Toy Story, they want to
Yup.
catch their toys slipping. They want to see if it's real. Isn't that right, Nobu? When you saw Toy Story, you were thinking the same thing. No, these guys never play with toys. I've bought them so many toys, and they hate them. If they can't eat it or tear it to shreds, they don't like it. Right, Nobu?
That is what they do. Hold on, let me Google this. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, they do not. Yeah, so they're There we go. There's the answer.
Bunnies flop over when they feel completely safe. All right, do a flop over, Mr. Bunny. Look at the little happy hops. Do a flop over, buddy. Well, how could you be intimidated by a dog like that? Let's see it.
Oh, that is so cute. I love that.
I almost got a rabbit. Oh, look at that. You see that, buddy? The dog is supposed to run up in front of her and sit. All right, run up in front of her and sit. What's it gonna do? Probably something stupid. All right, Baxter. You must run up in front of me and sit expectantly. Okay, Baxter. Oh, man. All right. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
That was so funny.
Let's say you're writing an important email to your boss, but you don't know where to start.
Oh, hello. You ready to come back out? Come on out, buddy. Leave a comment if you want this again. If you want me to just film with the boys again. I just don't want to hurt their ears, but they've seemed pretty normal about it, not gonna lie. Hi. My deaf puppy doesn't notice whenever I come home, so I get to wake her up gently and see her innocent excitement. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited!
Pop.
Yeah! Oh my gosh! That is a dog's dream. Oh, guys, is there anything cuter and sweeter than coming home to a dog that's excited to see you?
No, there is not.
Isn't that nice, buddy? You're never like that. I mean, I am home almost all the time, so I guess it doesn't matter. His favorite spot when traveling. All right, Carlito, in the trunk. We're going to Grandma's. Thank you. Can you close it by yourself, Carlito? Whoa. Really? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Everyone wins. Carlito has his own little spot, his own little chill spot, and everyone else just gets doggo head on demand, right, buddy? Carlito! Whoa, hello! Yo, this video rules. While showing my 3-year-old my Game Boy, I discovered a picture of my best friend from 1999. Oh my gosh. The Game Boy camera, people. Oh my gosh. The Zoomers in the chat have no idea what's going on here. The Nintendo Game Boy. Okay, you want back down? Okay, he wants back. Oh yeah. There you go. Nice. To any Canadians watching, me and my sister won a Game Boy Color on a Family Channel contest. You had to just go online and give them all your information back when no one cared about privacy. We just filled it in, and my sister used to fill in all these contests. And yeah, just one time on the Family Channel, we just won the Game Boy Color. We just got it. And our first game was the terrible Mickey Speedway USA. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not what matters. But the Game Boy had a camera. You could buy a camera. This is way before digital cameras were a thing. And look at the quality that you got out of it. Oh, but this is how amazing. This is like heartbreakingly cute, you know? This is like cute but also heartbreaking because you know that dog's like not around anymore. But that's awesome, and I'm glad it got so many upvotes. I'm a horse
Wow.
vet. This adorable little guy fell asleep on my feet while I talked to his people. Oh my gosh. Is this a horse or a donkey? Our baby
I'm thinking about it. I think it's a horse.
horse is this fluffy? Are baby horses really this fluffy? This thing is adorable. Adorable, Harry. It's a week-old miniature horse foal. Oh my goodness. Oh. I love it. Oh, you hate it compared to how much I like it. Man, I would cuddle that thing all day if it wants to be cuddled. Isn't it incredible that you can be a week old but understand cuddling? You gotta love it. Cuddling transcends intelligence. Everyone just wants to cuddle every now and then. I don't care who you are. This is Tiger. He just turned 31. We are are told he's the oldest cat in the state of Illinois. Tiger! I have nothing else to say. I'm proud of you, Tiger. Good for you, my G. We love an old cat. An old
Yup.
loving cat. Old loving cats are really cute, aren't they? Hello, boys. Oh, see, Nobu is just on cloud 9 after that cuddle sesh. Can you see the boys? Can you see the boys? This is where the boys are. I'm touching the boys. Can you see them? Probably the angle you can't. Let me.
Reality.
Huh?
It's not fiction. It's not fantasy.
Hi, Nobu! That's where they sleep every day. Alright. 10,000 likes and I will make a whole video about the boys. Monkey Bro helps out. Oh, we love a good Monkey Bro. Hey, Monkey Bro, can you take me to the shaman? Oh, yes, follow me here. I'm going to hold your hand and I will help you. So you gonna help him up?
Help me up.
Monkey Bro, thank you. First of all, it's not a monkey, that's a chimp. But, you know, go off, kings. Thank you, Monkey Bro. Can you guys see Nobu? Can you see him? I think I can see him on the camera. Can you see this? See, you guys are lucky. You guys are very lucky. The level of Nobu content you're getting today makes up for all the times Nobu couldn't make it on the video. Yeah. I truly hope this is showing up on camera. His favorite plate.
Oh. Skip.
Oh, I did not expect that. Oh, you hit me when I was at critical damage. You hit me with the kill shot. Oh my gosh, amazing! I loved that. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my 90-year-old neighbor hasn't walked her dog in years, so I volunteered to do it for her. So proud of Buddy's weight loss. I am very proud of Buddy's weight loss. This is kind of a hilariously adorable photo, but I am very glad that Buddy is at a healthier weight now. Good for you, Buddy. This little guy always brings dried seed to trade for some nuts. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
You
gosh.
wanna trade? I've got the seed. Do you have the nut? Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, stop. 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 Oh my gosh. Stop. Oh, are you not glad that you clicked into this video? Look at this. Ah! What a sweet creature. Oh. 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 Oh, guys. Killing me! Made her a bridge to the window she always stared at but could never reach. I like this picture. Oh man, cats don't fear heights the way Robert IDK fears heights. I would be so scared walking out here, but that's so cute. There's nothing quite like a window cat, am I right, people? I have a window cat on like the next, like next door down. If I went outside, I could see the cat staring out the window. Very cute, and I like it compared to how much you hate it. She's been with me for 22 years and still going strong. Oh, guys, old cats are so cute. This cat doesn't look a day over 7. You don't look a day over 7, Melvin. Oh wait, she. Melanie. Whatever. What a sweet cat. I like it. I like it very much. And you know what? I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, guys. This was fun. It was a good time. Hey, boy, you want to say goodbye? Or are you sleeping? I think you're sleeping. If you want to see me do this again, please let me know. Again, if you want me to do a whole video about my boys, 10,000 likes, okay? Boop that like button. Here's another video. It was a good time. Actually, here's a video where we looked at parrots. Pet parrots are like the cutest and funniest thing ever. Go check out that video. Or go check out this one. You know, it's something else, but it's also fun. Thank you for watching, guys. Love y'all. Have a great day. Okay? Peace.
We are going to watch another video.
My old witch of a teacher insulted and put down students. I recorded
Alright,
nearly
we can watch
every
this.
insult. She then loses half of our papers and then accuses students of never turning in their work.
Wow.
And proceeds to fail us. She blames us for turning in our papers late when we didn't, and she is the one who lost our papers, but still fails us. So I collect all the receipts, I get all the
Wow.
audio, and I get the old witch teacher fired. Here's what I did.
What an
Subscribe to MIT's work on YouTube and hit the
irresponsible
bell for
teacher.
notifications. So this happened during senior year in high school 4 years ago. I had an English teacher named Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Smith, or how she liked to refer to herself, Dr. Smith. She didn't have a doctorate. She was a mean old bat and hated anything and everything. She was ugly inside and out. To give a mental image of what she looks like, her face sagged so much that it looked like she had a perpetual stroke. She had about 2 feet in between her eyebrows and her eyes. Imagine Ursula and Cruella de Vil had a child, and then that child had a baby with the devil. Then you
Oh
got
my
Mrs. Smith.
God.
None of the other English teachers liked her. There was nothing that they nor the administration could do due to her tenure. That is, until I became her student. Her teaching style included, but was not limited to, yelling at students, putting them down with petty insults, having us read to ourselves in the middle of class, kicking out students that were dozing off, then later falling asleep at her desk, not letting female students go to the restroom for very obvious reasons, and the occasional losing students' work and then accusing the students of not turning their work in. This last part is what crossed the line for me. You see, I wasn't a grade A student and I sucked at English, so I always played my cards right and made friends with everyone, students and teachers included. So when I struggled and I couldn't do something on my own, I let my charm save me and cash out on my months of being nice to everyone. However, no one could be friends with Mrs. Smith. I tried being polite. I was met with rudeness. I tried asking her how her morning was. I was met with silence and dead stares. I tried asking how I could improve in my writing skills. She told me that she wasn't
A lot of people don't know this, but the best way to make money on YouTube in 2023 is not by being
willing to help. Within the first week of class, I knew I had met my match. So halfway through the semester, we're working on a big research paper. However, the day after the due date, Mrs. Smith had gone up to Illinois for some family issues for 2 weeks. Mind you, we turned in our papers both in hand and on turnin.com for plagiarism checking. No biggie. We won't get our grades back for a while, but at least we won't have to deal with her nonsense. Or so we thought. A few days after she gets back, only about half of the students got their papers back. The other half, including myself, were sitting there staring and waiting, thinking that she was going to go back to her desk and pull out the remaining papers to return to her students. But no, she told us to take out our textbooks and start reading Beowulf. Some students, including myself, that didn't receive their papers tried to interject and inquire about our papers, and she snapped back with, "You should have turned them in when they were due." In unison, we responded with, "We did." Of course, she denies it, and within a few days, our grades drop immediately.
What an irresponsible teacher. We're only like halfway through the story and I'm already pretty ticked at this teacher being so rude.
Immensely. At the end of the grading period, second 6 weeks, our report cards show a big fat F for English. Everyone is livid. And the worst part is, if you get anything below a C, you will move to lower level English at the end of the semester. Between the zero from the paper that carried almost half of our grade and only a few weeks remaining in the semester, almost half of the class was doomed to fail out. Now, most of the students were happy with having to leave the class. There was not much they could do. But I was careful. Remember the teaching methods I mentioned? Well, Mrs. Smith thought because we were in a classroom that had no cameras, her behavior wasn't being recorded. She was dead wrong. From the second week on, I started recording audio on my phone every day from the moment I walked into class until the moment I left. Every day. I caught every single one of her personal attacks on students on tape. When she fell asleep, I pulled out my phone and I recorded her. My pleas for help to improve and her refusal to help weren't left out either. Every day I would go home, cut the audio to keep the good parts, and every day my collection of dirt on her grew. And remember how I said we used turnin.com as well as paper? I had coordinated with all the other students who were going to fail to screenshot all of their turn-in receipts and send them to me as proof that they did turn in their work. When she decided to fail me for her mistake, She unleashed hell on herself. I went straight to the administration and scheduled a parent-teacher admin conference. A week later, my parents, the principal, the school counselor, and the head of the English department, and Mrs. Smith were all present. I started with how she had lost half of the class's work and most of us failed because of it. She denied it and again accused us of turning our work in late as well as cheating and a bunch of other nonsense and lies. I remained calm and just pulled out a folder that contained all of the screenshots from my backpack and handed it to the principal, who passed it to the head of the English department, who then asked Mrs. Smith to explain it. She instantly turned red in the face and started stuttering. Before she could get any words out, I say, "That's not all. Listen to this."
Revenge already taken place. We got We got 2 minutes left, and revenge just is already coming straight to this teacher. Let's continue.
Pull out my phone and start playing back the highlights from the semester. All the while, I'm staring dead into Mrs. Smith's eyes while trying to hold back my grin. The suspense in the room would have killed Jason Statham. After the audio was finished, the principal looked at me and said, "I think we've seen enough," and asked me to leave. I sat outside of the conference room savoring the muffled yelling through the walls. I'm pretty sure I heard my dad utter the words, "filthy C word," but I don't want to point fingers. The parent-teacher conference was on a Friday. I walked into class the following Monday to see an empty desk and a substitute teacher we all recognized and loved. 10 out of 10 would document everything again, but am I the jerk for making her lose her job? Even if there wasn't any recording at all, no audio recording, no video recording of her sleeping at her desk, none of that, how did she think she was going to get away with this, failing all of them, if they turned in their papers not only in hand, but electronically? That excuse of, "Oh, you turned it in late," goes right out the window when you can see timestamps on when the papers were turned in. So even if this student, the OP here, didn't have any of this proof, he could probably, in theory, go to the administration and say, "Hey, I promise you we turned it in before the deadline," audit her online submissions. But since he had so much proof, he didn't even need to get to that point. He just made it that much more simple. I'm not exactly sure what turns some teachers into these type of teachers. He calls her an old witch of a teacher again and again, but I can't possibly imagine that this teacher started off this way. Maybe it's just through years of operating in a poor education system where there's no incentives or rewards to do good, only punishments. Parents are coming after you, the district's coming after you, the kids don't respect you. All of that very well may be the case. It doesn't in any way excuse doing this to a bunch of students, losing their papers and blaming it on them. If the teacher lost a paper,
War Thunder, the military online action game, has received this year's first major update. The branch of unique...
First, that's fine. Things happen. You can't be perfect all the time. You can't control when certain things happen like that. But why not just say that? Say, "Hey, I lost the papers and this is what we're going to do instead." So let me know if you think the OP here went way too far by having the teacher lose her job, getting fired, or do you think it was justified? Jerk or not a jerk, and why? Should I tell my dying husband that I'm pregnant? I'm a 39-year-old female.
Not a jerk. The teacher is super rude, disrespectful. I don't like that. So, not a jerk.
And I'm a mother to 2 teens, and I'm married to my 40-year-old husband, Steve. Sorry if this is all a mess. It's a bit of a messed up story. The marriage was basically one of convenience. Steve and I are both divorced and have been friends for decades. This past spring, Steve found out he has a rare cancer, and the doctors gave him 6-ish months to live. 3 years ago, Steve sought out the daughter he had before his marriage from an old one-night stand in his 20s. When he found her, he discovered his daughter, 10 years old, named Sarah, was being horrifically mistreated by her mother, who had some kind of mental break, I guess. Anyway, he spent a year fighting for custody of this child that he hadn't seen since she was a baby, and eventually he got it. Then spent 2-ish years working with her and getting her to heal and trust him, and surprise, he's dying. Anyway, the marriage thing was mostly about Sarah. We were advised that getting married would be the quickest and easiest way to make sure that I get custody of Sarah when Steve passes, in case Sarah's mother decides to try for custody again. As a side note, I do 100% want custody of Sarah, no question. I love her very, very much. She's already like a sister to my two kids and similar in age. The girl has gone from not owning a pair of shoes to being funny, smart, and all around a great kid. Anyway, we got married on paper, no wedding, and Steve and Sarah moved into my house. All the kids knew what was happening and were surprisingly cool with it. Yeah, so stuff happened between me and Steve. He confessed that he had been in love with me for a long time, and I kind of just said it all back to him, even though I'm not 100% sure of my feelings. It all just happened so fast, I don't know. Maybe that was wrong of me, but I wanted his time left to be happy, and I do care for him a lot. In the last few weeks, Steve has gone downhill very quickly. He is mostly at home except for a few short hospital stays. There are nurses that come by every day, and he is on strong pain medicine. So sometimes he's himself, but a lot of times he's really out of it. He's basically just here dying right in front of my eyes, and it sucks. And I just found out this week that I'm pregnant. I'm not sure I want to keep the baby. I'm old as dirt now with 3 teenage kids to think of. I'm strongly considering not telling Steve at all, but it feels very wrong. Telling him also feels wrong. He's more upset about leaving Sarah than he is about dying. So finding out that he's leaving another kid behind will probably only hurt him. Having the baby terminated feels wrong. Keeping the kid feels wrong. Nothing about this is okay, and I just really want a cigarette and a bottle of wine. Do I tell him or not? There's not enough room to explain me and Steve's relationship, but I'll give it a try, if only to sort it out for myself. We were friends. I got married young. Big mistake. By the time I got divorced, he was married. After he got divorced, I was dealing with major health issues with my youngest. Then Sarah became his focus. Somewhere in that mess, we worked full-time jobs, buried 3 parents between us, made and received late-night sloshed calls to and from our exes. Well, sometimes the calls from my ex were from a jail cell, but it was always about time. There was just never time. This past year, being single parents together, we were a great team. Steve taught my oldest how to drive. Steve called me at work when his daughter got her cycle for the first time. That was funny. We each had each other's backs. I was starting to fall for him. It seemed like it was inevitable. It seemed right. It seemed like we finally had time, but we didn't. And then everything got rushed and pushed together and compressed, like someone was pushing fast forward in our lives, or the writers were rushing the ending to go work on Star Wars. So yeah, I love Steve, but the last few months have felt weird and artificial. I'm grieving for the relationship we could have had. We're supposed to have had more than the one we do have. Anyway, go hug your loved ones or whatever the moral is here. I said more than I meant to, and I'm crying again. Gross. Jumping into the future, there's an update. The decision. I am pretty sure I'm going to keep the baby and tell Steve, but I want to sleep on it first. Also, Steve is definitely out for the night. I'm going to do the dishes, feed the cat, and go to bed. Update from the next day. I saw the OBGYN this morning way too early. Seriously, why are you even working at 8 a.m.? And here's the twist. I'm not a month pregnant. I'm over 3 months pregnant. Now I'm not relieved. I'm pissed off that I had another choice taken away from me. I'm sick of my life feeling like a speeding train that I have no control over. I'm sick of everyone romanticizing everything. I'm tired of everyone saying I'm strong and I feel like I'm just doing a bare minimum to keep my head above water. I'm just going to be angry for a while, thanks. So here's the update with the conversation. So, this is the actual conversation I had with my OBGYN less than 30 minutes ago. Is the old IUD in there dangerous to the baby? The doctor responded and said, I took that out 5 years ago when it expired.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale is happening now. Don't miss instant savings on select items up to $1,000 off.
I said, I have no memory of that. Are you sure it was me? You said you didn't want another because all men are trash and you were planning on running away and joining a lesbian commune. Yeah, that sounds like me. In my defense, 5 years ago was when my younger child was having a tumor removed from his spine and his father showed up at the hospital with a 20-year-old girlfriend. So yeah, I may have blocked out a few things from around that time of my life. Then there was another update. Found out I'm like 15 weeks pregnant, not 4. The baby is a girl. She will be loved and and a welcome part of our family. I will tell Steve. Last night when I posted, I was just sad and scared, and then so many people reframed everything in this romantic way, and I kind of got swept up in it and went to bed thinking I would choose to keep the baby and everything would be amazing and beautiful and blah blah blah. Then I woke up this morning and I was just kind of slap happy and in a daze. I found out that I'm way further along than I thought, and the reality of it just completely knocked the wind out of my sails. I'm mad that I never really had a choice. I'm mad that people think it's so romantic to have a dying man's baby inside of me, and I'm mad that I came home ready to talk to Steve and I can't because Sarah is skipping school again. And I get that she wants to spend time with her dad, but I made a deal with her that if she finishes this week, she can take next week off, and even worked it out with her teachers. And they've started Stranger Things Season 3, and I just want to scream at Steve. Why are you starting a new show when you don't even know if you'll live to finish a sandwich? And of course, I can't yell that because you can't yell at dying people and tell them they're dying. Nor can you yell at them to tell them to just stop dying, which is what I really want to do. And he's all doped up and going on about how he's Hopper and Sarah is 11. No, you're not. You've sat at a desk and got fat the last 10 years and you've never punched anyone in your life. And you did not get that girl by leaving Eggos in the woods. You were in court for a year. I was there and it was hell, you jerk. I'm tired of everyone glossing over the terrible truth of everything in life like it's 90% just annoying maintenance of our terrible, gross meat sack bodies and paperworks, and you maybe get 10% of the real actual stuff that matters. And when that stuff happens, you're not even ready for it, good or bad, because you're tired and worried about bills and you're only half paying attention. And then later, you're like, oh yeah, that was the most romantic night of my life because you chose to remember it that way. When really, at that time, you were just thinking about how you wanted to take off your itchy pantyhose and wondering if you fed the cat. There were some comments that the original poster responded to, starting with, I'm blown away by your situation. I have a sense though, not to romanticize things, that if you keep this baby, which it sounds like you'll have to at this point, you will totally figure this out. You'll be a great mom to all 4 kids. Some good days, some bad days, but all 4 will be functioning adults, which is all we can really ask for. Good luck, and I'm sorry what you're going through. Followed up by, decide if you're keeping it. If you are, tell him. He can make videos and cards and do whatever that you can give to your child as they grow up. It would be awesome to know that even if my dad dies before I was born, he had so much love for me and he made these things for me. The OP responded saying, yes, I'm keeping it. Her. Of course I am. I'll tell him. We'll make videos and stuff. Did anyone else see that episode of Queer Eye where the mom had tried to write cards for her twin sons for every birthday before she died, and she couldn't finish them because it was too sad to think of all the things she was going to miss? Yeah, now I'm sad again. In response to somebody asking about how it went and if he was happy, the OP says, so I cuddled up to him and I showed him the ultrasound picture and said, this is our girl. He was quiet for a minute, and then he said, she'll have a sister, which is not what I expected, but I agreed that yes, his daughter will have a sister. Then he asked if I was going to be okay, and I said, yeah, I'll be okay. And then we laid there quiet for a long time, and that was about it. He's been quiet today, but sometimes he's like that. I need to tell the kids and ask him about making a video or letters and cards, but I want to give him some time, some thinking space first. So I can't really answer about his emotional state yet. This is all I know so far. Tomorrow is my last day of work before I take FMLA, so there should be more time to talk in the coming days and weeks. And lastly, there is one final update. I'm not sure if anyone will ever check this again, but for anyone who finds it in the future, Steve passed away a few days ago. We're all okay. Things are okay. I'm doing fine. The paperwork is awful. I'm caught up on laundry. Everyone who read my comment that Steve and Sarah were watching Stranger Things Season 3 and didn't warn me about the ending can die in a fire. It was traumatic. What a world. Was I the jerk for telling Steve before he died? This was such a difficult decision to make, but ultimately I think that she made the absolute correct decision. Even if she was trying to make his final moment
Definitely not a jerk.
more pleasant and easy, I think carrying the burden, the guilt of not telling him eventually would weigh heavy on her if it didn't right away. His first question was whether she would be okay, meaning would she be okay to raise all 4 kids, including a newborn baby. So even in this moment, he was worried about her. I mean, he did confess to being in love with her for his entire life, so of course he would be worried about her in a situation like this, since he knows he won't be there to help her. Even though the kids would obviously appreciate and want the
Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next